Are you trying to set a custom typeface for your text view in Kotlin and feeling a bit lost? You're not alone. Today, we're going to simplify this process and show you how to do it effectively. I totally get it. Switching from Java to Kotlin can be a bit tricky, especially when it comes to something as specific as setting typefaces. Many developers face this challenge, and it can be frustrating. Here's the question we're diving into today. One user asked, how can I set the typeface of a text view in Kotlin? They mentioned how easy it was in Java, but are unsure about the Kotlin approach. Sound familiar? Let's explore this together. So what's the difference? In Java, you might use a simple method like setting the typeface directly. In Kotlin, we have some neat features that can make this even more efficient. Let's break it down step by step. And stick around. I have a special tip at the end that will make your Kotlin coding experience even smoother. To set the typeface of a text view in Kotlin, the user can start by referencing the text view from the layout. This is done using the findViewById method. Next, the user can set the typeface. In Kotlin, this can be achieved by using the setTypeface method directly on the text view instance. Alternatively, the user can also use a custom typeface by loading it from the Assets folder. This allows for more flexibility in design. Finally, the user should ensure that the typeface is applied correctly by running the application and checking the text view's appearance on the screen. Fun fact, did you know that Kotlin was designed to be fully interoperable with Java? This means you can mix and match both languages in your projects. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach shared by a user involves creating a custom typeface from an asset file. They suggest using the typeface class to load a font, specifically the Roboto font, from the Assets folder. Now let's see a response from a different user. Another user suggests using an extension function to set the typeface of a text view in Kotlin. This approach allows you to define a custom function that simplifies the process. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. An alternative approach provided by a user suggests using Kotlin's findViewById method to set the typeface of a text view. They recommend casting the view to text view and then applying the setTypeface method with null and typeface.bold. Now let's shift our focus to a different response. An alternative approach shared by a user suggests that to set the typeface in Kotlin, you can use the setTypeface method directly on the text view. They explain that the Kotlin equivalent of the Java code is to call holder.itemView.titleSetTypeface with null and typeface.bold as parameters. The user clarifies that since setTypeface is a method with two parameters, you cannot assign it like a property. They also mention that this is similar to using typeface default bold in Java. Now, let's dive into a different answer from another user. An alternative approach provided by another user suggests using the typeface.createFromAsset method to set a custom typeface in Kotlin. This method allows you to load a font from the Assets folder. For example, in a fragment, you can set the typeface like this: your textview.typeface equals typeface.createFromAsset activity.assets fonts forzabold.otf. If you prefer to use a default typeface, you can simply set it to typeface.defaultbold. Here's that special tip I promised. Always keep your fonts organized in the Resources folder. This will make it easier to manage and use them in your projects. And there you have it. Setting a custom typeface in Kotlin is straightforward once you know how. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks. Happy coding!